Imagine in high school getting the chance to get a sneak peek into your dream career. Well, with Cybacks, that's exactly what we got to do with the FasTrak project, and I took full advantage of that. I took a sneak peek into my dream career of being a real estate agent, and this is how it turned out. This is my internship as a real estate agent. This is my mentor, Heather Albertson. She has been a real estate agent for over 20 years and currently works at Compass Real Estate Group. She helped me throughout my whole process of learning about how to be a real estate agent and taught me many processes that are important to become a real estate agent, which I might want to do in the future. The first process we learned about is how to host a successful open house. And actually, a fun fact is over 50% of homes that are sold are actually sold due to an open house. So you got to think, is the house the right fit for an open house? Is this even going to benefit? The first 3 steps are to see if the house that you're thinking about having an open house for is in a good location, is it in good condition, and does it have unique selling points? If your home does not have these 3 things, then it might not be the right fit to host an open house for. An open house can either go really good or really bad. So you want to make sure your house can even qualify for that. The first step is the preparation for an open house. You're going to want to do a deep cleaning process. Make sure to get all the dirt and grime out of the home, the outside cleaned. You're going to want to stage the home for a desired look, whether it be rustic or modern. Go with the home's flow already and just go full bore with that. An actual pro tip for open houses is that after the home is clean, be careful with the fragrances you use. It's a mistake to use an artificial fragrance to scent the home because at least 1/3 of visitors will be turned off by the smell or have legitimate allergies to it. And that's from Jacqueline Thomas. So this is pretty much saying if your home smells like disinfectant and someone is allergic to that smell or something like that, they might have a bad thought of your home when they think about it later on. So one way to combat this is they actually say to bake cookies for a scent that is pleasing to most people. Who doesn't like some cookies? Another part of the preparation is promotion. You want to get it out there that we're having an open house. Promotion can be done through local newspapers, signs in the area, social media, and actually the top social media platforms, as you will, are Nextdoor, Facebook, Zillow, and Realtor. So one of my favorites to actually use, me and Heather talked about it a lot, was Facebook, because a lot of people in the age range that are buying homes still use Facebook. A pro tip is actually saying that signs should be placed strategically around the neighborhood to lead interested parties to the property. Signs are invaluable for drawing in everyone from determined house hunters to casual open house explorers. And that's from Carla Toby. So that's pretty much saying that signs should be scattered on every corner of the block and within every corner of the neighborhood pointing toward the home so that people driving by, maybe they're thinking about buying a house in the future or something like that, they can see, oh, there's an open house, let's go check it out. And they might even have a friend that they know that might want to buy. So just getting it out there is just a good idea. And these signs can help tremendously. This is an example, a prime time example actually, of a sign that could be used to lead people to your open house. It's just a simple open house sign with an arrow pointing toward the home. In that white space below would normally be filled with the address and some small information, maybe saying that the open house is going from 9 to 5 or something like that. Another part of the preparation is making a brochure. In this brochure, there needs to be a description of the home and have professional pictures. As you can see to the left, there are examples of brochures. They have the date that the open house would be from, and it has the time saying that this open house will be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It also has the key characteristics of the home, saying that it's 5 bedrooms, it has modern furniture, and also has key points of interest, such as this home specifically has a garden, big living room, 4 bedrooms. These are things that need to be included on the brochure, things to like hook the buyer into wanting to come in and check it out for the open house. So the beginning of the open house tour, this is a big part. You must, as a real estate agent, greet your guests with a happy demeanor. Heather actually talked to me one time. She had a colleague that would greet others with a not happy demeanor, and he would not have much success in the real estate field. So that's a pro tip right there, to always have a happy demeanor with your guests. Also, you want to make sure to hand everyone in the party a brochure. You want to point out any features on the outside before entering the home. So make sure you point out any unique selling points on the outside of the home before entering, because you don't want to double back. You don't want to make the flow of the open house thrown off. Once inside, you should offer the guests gestures such as a beverage or snack. And a pro tip is actually to bake some cookies or fire up the grill in the backyard. This will allow your potential buyers to feel more at ease and provide a homey touch when they enter your home. And that's from Lauren Vea. So as you can see in the picture to the left, there is actually a little buffet looking line. And this can just be a little gesture to your guests. If they're hungry, you can get them some food. If they're thirsty, you can get them a drink. Might as well offer. And this could just leave a good impression when they think back of the homes and it's very close. They could just think, wow, like that buffet line, that's something we could have with our friends in our backyard. It just gives them another idea of the home. So during the open house, you're going to want to point out all unique and good-looking features in the home. You're going to want to take the clients to every room and describe every single one of its stunning features. Point out the good things, leave out the bad things. You're going to want to show off unique spaces such as a backyard, basement, garden, etc. These are also all unique selling features, so you're just going to want to point these out, make it obvious to the potential buyers/clients. You're going to want to use descriptive words when describing the home to catch the buyer's attention. You're going to want to use imagery and things that appeal to the buyer's five senses. You're going to want to be the head of the group and the dominant leader throughout the duration of the tour, such as the picture on the left shows the red guy with the blue group. The blue group would be your potential buyers, and you're the red man. You're going to want to lead the tour with dominance and show that you know everything about this home. And if anyone in the blue group or potential buyer has a question, you need to be able to answer it, whether it's about schools in the area or questions about the home. If they want to see permits, you need to have that ready. So you want to be the dominant leader with all the answers to all the questions possible about the home that is being shown. When you're closing the tour, before escorting the group out, as a real estate agent, you should ask the group if they have any questions. This is a huge factor. Make sure the group feels they have every single question answered. You don't want any unanswered questions. You're going to want to hand out business cards as another point of contact and offer drinks or snacks to the group again. They might have built up an appetite or even need their thirst to be quenched after seeing that beautiful home. And lastly, you're going to want to thank them for their time. It is time to say goodbye, and that time is precious, and the time they took out of their day to look at that home might be the reason they buy your home, so you're going to want to thank them for that. Another process that we learned about is how to get a real estate license. Personally, I might actually do this summer, looking at the process a little further. It is very doable. So the process is actually, you must be 18 years of age. You need to have 135 hours of pre-licensing education. And you need to find a licensed California real estate broker to work under. You also need to apply for the state salesperson exam and submit an application for the license. Make sure that you get a background check with fingerprints done. If the test is passed, you are now eligible to be licensed in the state of California to become a real estate agent. As you can see, this process may be a little tedious, but is very easily to be achieved. It is set up for your success and not your failure. So how long does this process even take? It can take up to 5 to 6 months, and it varies on how quick your application process lasts. If it takes longer for you to get cleared, it might take the process a few more months. If you can get cleared very fast, then your process might not take as long. The exam is also difficult to pass, so if you struggle with testing, then this might be a difficult part in the process for you. But it is also sometimes hard just to get a scheduled test depending on the time. If a lot of people are trying to become real estate agents at once, then it may be difficult to get a testing time. Now let's talk about the cost of getting a real estate license. It is $60 just to take the exam. It's $245 for your licensing fee to actually receive your license, kind of like at the DMV you have to pay. And it is $125 to $700 depending on which course you take for the tuition. And these courses teach you step by step on how to really pass that test and how to become a real estate agent. So they are very much recommended to use. So where can you even take this test? This is a map of California. You can take it in Fresno, San Diego, Los Angeles, Oakland, or Sacramento. These are the main testing facilities and where most people take these tests. And as in real estate, you have seen there are the big three: the real estate principles, real estate practices, and a real estate finance. These are the courses that are required to participate and get your real estate license. Another process that we learned about is how to write an offer in the home. And this is actually a huge process because purchasing a home is one of the big parts of becoming a real estate agent, because this is where you can get a lot of commission. Step one, you're going to want to use the correct form of paperwork. Forms vary and differ between every situation. If your client wants to buy a vacant piece of land, the form used to write an offer is completely different than if they want to buy a new residential spot, if they're completing a purchase agreement, or residential income property purchase agreement. All different forms are used, and you as a real estate agent must know which form to use. Step two, determine the price. There needs to be no escalation clauses and offer less than you want to pay. As you can see here, you're trying to negotiate. You don't want to show all your cards at once. You're going to want to, let's say your client has up to $250,000 to spend, maybe offer a little less than that, $225,000. If it works, it works. If not, you can offer $250,000. Step three, make an initial deposit, the good faith deposit when buying a home. So this is all about escrow. Step four, you're going to want to disclose the down payment. Tell the seller the amount of money you are willing to put down as a down payment. You're going to want to show your cards here, show that you're very interested in buying the property and why they should choose you to buy, especially if there's multiple people putting an offer in on the home that you want, and that's your dream home, not theirs. Step five, you're going to want to name your financing terms. Another big three in real estate: deposit, payment, and financing. You're going to want to name these terms. Step six, you're going to want to include contingencies, whether it's inspection due dates or when you want to be in the home by after you purchase it. You're going to want to lay these on the table at the beginning. Step seven, you're going to want to address possession in detail. When you want to take the home, when you want to move in. This is another kind of part of the contingencies, but a very vital step. You're also going to want to even have things thinned out, like rental agreements. If the seller is staying in your home after you purchased it because they don't have enough time to move out, then you can say, hey, I'm actually going to charge you rent for this month. Step eight, you're going to want to spell out who's paying the fees. And these fees are very negotiable. Depending with fees with the state when turning the house over, you can actually make them pay in many situations and save you money. Step nine, you're going to want to request special reports, address all issues and concerns. And if something seems off, ask for a report. If something with the building structure seems off, ask to see the permits when you purchase the home. If a beam seems to be exposed when it shouldn't, you can ask to see a permit. These are all things to protect you as the buyer. Step 10, clearly state there's an expiration on the offer. With a time constraint, more deals are made. Say, hey, I want a full price offer in cash, but I'm only going to have this offer last another 2 weeks, so I need to hear back from you as soon as possible. As seen, time constraints are often good tactics to get what you want. Step 11, you're going to want to double check the offer. Make sure there's no typos, and make sure that you are checking the provisions and you're satisfied with them. You're not going to want to make an offer with typos because, one, this is going to make you seem like you're not taking it serious, and two, with the provisions, you're going to want to make sure everything is covered, because once you send in the offer, you cannot change it. The last and final process that we learned about was escrow and what exactly escrow is. So the definition that I came up with escrow was that escrow is a legal arrangement in which a third party temporarily holds a sum of money or property until a particular condition has been met. So it's kind of like a middleman where the money cannot be touched unless the condition is met. There are multiple types of escrow, and we're going to go into depth on two of them. Protection of good faith accounts so that the money goes to the seller according to the condition of the sale, and to hold a homeowner's funds for taxes and insurance. So escrow is just, again, like the money middleman that just holds the money to make sure that everything works out wrong and nobody on either side gets finessed or stolen from. So there are some pros to escrow. Money and the individual is protected during the whole transaction. As you can see here, the money is all locked up. No one can touch it until both sides of the party are happy. It ensures that the money is there in full, on time, every time. So the side that is selling can see that, oh yeah, they have all the money and I can get it when I agree to the terms. And the side that is purchasing is able to show them that, hey, I'm legit and I want to purchase that. There's benefits to both parties in every scenario. What they don't cover. There are some things that escrow cannot cover, such as taxes, bills, new construction, and supplemental tax. I just want to thank you for your time and continue on with the presentation. So, the question everyone is wondering, will I become a real estate agent after high school and college? Well, after my 4 years of studying business and psychiatry as my minor, I think that after college, I'm actually going to become a psychiatrist. And then after 10 to 15 years of building up equity and money, I'm going to get into real estate. As an 18-year-old, I think I am going to get my real estate license to get it over with. And then once I get big money, hopefully through psychology, I will then invest in real estate and continue that as a career. So yes, I will be continuing real estate after high school and college. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching this presentation.